Hi, I'm Tommy Lee, and this is Northern ADV and Touring. Thanks for joining me again today. If you're a seasonal rider like myself up here in Canada, you might also struggle with putting on a few extra pounds during the long winter. I know I did. But I'm proud to say that in the last 30 days, I've lost over 20 pounds. I've made a few minor adjustments that will help me keep it off for good as well. Now, along with losing the weight, I just feel better. I'm not hungry all the time. I have less aches and pains, and I just feel healthier in general. Best of all, I didn't have to buy any expensive pills or any fancy shake mixes or anything like that. It was really easy. Let me just show you how I did it, how easy it truly was, and maybe how you can do it too. All right, so here I am in my kitchen. Today I'm going to prepare a bunch of vegetables. I'm going to go through with you. I've got some couple of big stalks of celery, a bunch of cucumbers, three heads of broccoli, a couple of bags of carrots, and a little bit of fruit for a little extra flavor, some apples, a couple of grapefruit, a few pears and whatnot. So yeah, I'm juicing. I'm going to take all this, I'm going to wash all these vegetables, I'm going to cut them up so they'll fit through my juicer, and as I go through that in a few different steps here, I'll explain to you what I'm doing and how it all works. Okay, here we go. When you're cutting up your broccoli, you're using the whole stem and everything. There's just maybe just a little dry part on the end. You can cut that off, I guess. But you're getting juice out of the whole stalk, not just the little florets. Okay, and when I do my carrots up, I will wash them. I'll give them a little rinse, a little brush. But I don't peel them, okay? There's some of the best stuff is in the outer peel, so I'll just cut the little ends off, any little bit of the root kind of thing. Chop them, and they go. Okay, I just want to talk a little bit about juicing in general. So the premise behind juicing, as you can see, I'm almost done cutting everything up. Almost done my vegetables, and I have a few pieces of fruit to cut up. But anyway, that's a lot of vegetables. I got two great big bowls here. This one's mostly carrots, and there's a few other things in there. This is celery, cucumbers, broccoli, maybe a couple other things in there. That's about it. So this is kind of a simple batch today, but it's a large batch. Since I can't eat this many vegetables, you throw it through the juicer. The juicer separates the juice from the pulp. The minerals and nutrients and everything that your body needs is in the juice. Okay? So, your body is getting all the minerals and nutrients that it needs. So you're kind of tricking your body. So it's getting everything that it needs without all the bulk, without all the calories. Your metabolism doesn't slow down. In fact, I've been noticing as I've been juicing, my metabolism has sped up. So without the calories, your body then goes to your fat stores, and it falls off. Like for about 2.5 weeks, I was losing a pound a day. Every morning you're excited to get up and step on the scale because sure enough you're down a pound. What else? When you do decide to have something else, You know, it was my granddaughter's birthday here yesterday, so I had a piece of birthday cake. So what? My metabolism is rocking and rolling so well right now that my body would have ate through that cake like nothing. You know, I lost maybe 7/8 of a pound or 3/4 of a pound instead of a pound yesterday. But anyway, you can have that kind of stuff. You don't have to do without, but when you're always mindful of what you are consuming, then you're going to make healthier choices. You know, I haven't had a potato chip in a month and a half, kind of thing. So, and I don't miss it. I'm doing away with the potato chips. I'm doing away with the granola bars because they're pretty high in fat and sugars and all that kind of stuff. I used to have a bowl of cereal every morning. Terrible, terrible. Now I have a glass of juice and I feel better. I'll have a coffee in the morning. I'll have 2 or 3 cups of coffee throughout the day. There's nothing wrong with coffee. Unless you have an issue with coffee, then maybe go decaffeinated. But coffee is loaded with ketones. It helps your body lose weight, helps your metabolism kick into gear. You want to avoid foods that are high in lectins. Almonds. Everyone thinks almonds are a good food to eat. They're terrible. They're loaded with lectins, which effectively, now don't get me wrong, I'm no health expert, but they slow down your metabolism. They slow down your body's fat burning abilities. Walnuts are a much better choice. Stay away from cashews. Cashews are part of the poison ivy family, so they're really not that good for you. Okay, they're tasty, believe me, I love them, but you know, there are better choices. So if you can get yourself some walnuts, if you need a snack, get yourself some walnuts, some dried currants. Currants are good for you. They're loaded with ketones. Goat cheese is excellent. It's tasty and it's nice to snack on, you know, without getting a lot of the bad stuff that a traditional cow's milk has in it. Anyway, just a few things I wanted to mention. How the juicing works. I'm going to finish up cutting up some of the fruit, and then we'll get the juicer out, and I'll show you how we juice everything up, and we'll have a taste of what we make here. All right. Okay, so as you can see, my prep work is done. I've got 2 huge bowls of vegetables, 1 small bowl of fruit. And then I have some beans here too. So that's kind of the ratio I like. I'm probably looking at about 80% veggies to about 20% fruit. This is my juicer. The premise is you put the veggies in here. And you know what? Let's do a quick run through here. I just mix it up. Fruit and veggies. I like, you know, whatever. We'll mix it up a little bit. So you kind of fill this canister up. You have your little pusher. The pulp's going to go here, and the juice is going to go here. Let's have a look. We'll just let that wind down, and I'll show you the juice that I got out of, you know, just a few cups of vegetables. Okay, so I think it stopped dripping here now. So, in that little bit, I got just over 100 milliliters of juice. So, I'm going to go ahead and keep juicing. Out of all this, I expect I'm going to get about 3, maybe 4 liters of juice when it's all said and done. I'm about to go, I have to go back to work tomorrow, and I have a 4-day set, so I'm on 4 12-hour days. This is going to, this won't be enough for all 4 days, but it's going to take me through most of it. Probably on day 3 I'll have to juice some more up. Depends how much regular food I add to my intake. I'll sometimes have some fresh veggies. Maybe I'll cheat and have a little bit of dip with it. Or I like to take a little a little canister with some currants, some walnuts, and some goat cheese, and just kind of snack on that a little bit too. Anyway, let's keep juicing, and we'll show you what juice we end up with when we're all done. Okay. All right, so as you can see, I'm going to just make a little bit more room right here in my reservoir. I have filled my first filling here. I've got a 1,000 milliliters. Okay, so I've got a liter of juice, and I go one step further. You don't have to, but the odd time there's a little, slivers of broccoli and stuff in it. So I strain it one more time, just for my own liking, but you don't have to do this. Okay, there's 1 liter of good juice ready to drink, just for kicks. Let's do a little taste test. We'll get a little glass here. Throw that guy up here. Delicious. Okay, so that's how it's done. That's basically juicing. Let me show you the pulp side too, okay? That was the juice side. The pulp side. I don't know if we can get that on camera very well, but it's full of vegetable pulp. So I just empty that. Right now, it's the winter. I put it in the garbage. There's better things to do with it. Okay, if you have a composter, it's great for your garden if you compost that up. I have actually heard some people will take these. Now, I mix my vegetables all up as I'm juicing, but if you were to say keep them all separate and juice all maybe your carrots first, then you could take that carrot pulp. I've heard people, you can actually use that as a flour substitute for baking. Okay, haven't tried it. I don't know much about it, but I've just heard that it can be done. That's probably a better use for it than what I'm doing. Okay? All right. So that's how it works. Juicing is awesome. Start to finish, from vegetable washing, cutting up, all the prep work, to juicing it all through, to clean up after. It takes me about an hour and a half. Now, think, well, that's quite a while, but I'm making all my meals for the next 3 or 4 days all at once. So could you do that in an hour and a half normally? No, I don't think so. So this is actually really quick. Right now in Canada, I think in the States too, produce is pretty expensive. Fresh produce especially. A cucumber, we live on the border, so I can go across and get a cucumber for $1. In Canada, they're like $2.50, $3 or something right now. Everything's expensive, but you have to keep in mind that, I'm buying a lot of produce, and produce is expensive, but at the same time as I'm doing this, I'm not buying bread and butter and milk and cheese and lunch meat and peanut butter and jam and Kraft dinner and pasta. I'm not buying anything else. I'm not buying hamburgers, okay, or hot dogs or any of that other stuff. I'll still buy the odd can of tuna, or you can buy tuna that's seasoned already, that's just kind of eat it out of the pouch. It's awesome. Or we might get some chicken breasts that we'll throw a couple in the oven once in a while. Shrimp. I like a little bit of shrimp in the frying pan with oil. Hey, it's kind of delish. Anyway, besides a few little additives like that, the walnuts, the goat cheese that you just kind of pick at once in a while, this is all I'm buying. So the grocery bill doesn't really go up. If it does, it just goes up a little bit, but not very much at all, really. And everything's healthy. Hey, that's That's the awesome thing about it. You're not buying any garbage. You're not buying any junk that just kind of sits in your stomach and rots away in there. Okay, it's everything's good, healthy food, great for you, great for your heart, great for it cleans out your arteries, for crying out loud. Like, there's nothing bad about this stuff. If you're worried about not getting enough protein, broccoli and cauliflower, it's loaded with vegetable protein. Okay, and if you're working out in the gym at the same time as you're juicing or whatever, that's awesome. And if you want more protein, add a fish fillet, add a chicken breast, whatever you like. You can do what you like. There's no rules for this. I'm just, if you try to stay pure and try to just juice as much as possible without anything else, you're going to lose the weight faster. That's all. Okay, let me keep juicing and I'll show you what we end up with. Okay. Alright, so we juiced it all up and we ended up with 2, 4, 5 and a little bit, 6 and a little bit, about 6.5 liters. More than I thought I was going to get, so I think there was more pears and stuff hidden under there than I had anticipated. I'm going to be fine for my next 4 shifts, so I won't have to make juice or worry about any meals for the next 4 days. And that took me about an hour and a half, roughly. I'm just going to throw everything into the dishwasher, except for the screen on my juicer. I use a brush and I clean it up real nice. Other than that, it all goes into the dishwasher. Real easy peasy. And healthy. And that's about all there is to it. So this is something that anybody can do. Alright? I've got a Breville juicer. You don't need a Breville. There's other ones out there. Hamilton Beach, I believe, makes a juicer that's probably a third of the price of the Breville. So check into that. Look at your local, maybe your local Facebook Marketplace or your local Kijiji, and someone's going to be selling a juicer on there, probably. So you can probably pick one up really cheap. It doesn't have to be a huge cash outlay at the beginning. Other than that, if you want any advice on juicing, if you have any questions at all, just leave a comment below and I promise I'll get back to everybody. If you do juice, I'd love to hear how you do. So come back to the video, even when in the middle of your juicing or at the end of your juicing, and let me know how you did. I'd love to hear about it. And I love to hear about successes. If you have challenges along the way too, let me help you, okay? Let me encourage you or whatever it is that I can do to help you see this through to fruition. Because it's awesome. It feels great. I can't recommend enough. Alright, so now you know what I did. Now you know what juicing's all about. I'm not a doctor. I'm not really an expert in exercise or health or anything like that. I'm just a guy that likes to ride, and I knew that I probably should lose a few pounds, and I made a decision to do it, and I did it. Okay, I'm nothing special, is what I'm trying to say. If I can do it, you can do it. Now, before we sign off, I just want to talk about a few of the obvious benefits as a motorcyclist. Number one being longevity. Okay, being able to ride longer days, go further distances, and not be so tired and achy on your bike. And that comes with carrying a few less pounds, okay? And there's other issues. I know some of us have arthritis and different things like that, but this is one thing that is within your control that you can do, okay? Just generally enjoying riding more. So maybe being a little more active in your rides or in your destinations. Instead of riding to a restaurant or a coffee shop, maybe ride to a trailhead or ride to a park and go for a walk, go for a hike. Okay? That might help bring your spirits up too. It's all these little things. You put them all together and you just feel better. You really do. Being in a better state of mind. That might lead to getting out and riding more, maybe doing some group rides, that kind of thing. Maybe losing a few pounds will boost your confidence level. Just a little bit, maybe. That might make it more likely that you're going to join a group ride or do some kind of group activities, those kind of things. If you're into that, that's fine. That's cool. Anyway, you can do this. Once again, you can do it. Don't give up. Just persevere. It takes just a little bit of commitment, but you can do it. If you want to do it, you'll do it. Go for it. All right. Thanks for joining me again today. As always, keep your stick on the ice, keep the rubber side down, and you will have a great day. Bye for now.